Good morning, everyone. I am Martha Stokes. I'm a chartered market technician. I'm a buy-side retired professional, and I like to share my professional viewpoint with you so that you can learn to be less dependent on fake news as we have today, and that you are able to trade wisely and also make more profits because you are important to the market. But you make a lot of mistakes because of the misinformation, the information that isn't relevant, that you need to be studying and keeping track of. So I'm going to talk about NVIDIA today because we have this retail news that is just so, it's like, are you kidding me? You've got to be joking. Let's get real here, folks. Okay, first of all, the United States, largest equity market in the world globally, has 75 plus trillion dollars. That's a T, trillion, $75 trillion. It takes 1,000 billions to make 1 trillion. Okay? Huge. China is a distant second at $14 trillion. Japan is 8 trillion. Hong Kong is 7 trillion. India is almost 5 trillion. Canada is 4.5 trillion. Taiwan is 4.5 trillion. Do you get my drift? We are the largest market in the world globally. We have all of the major corporations that matter in the world. Huge, huge. So why are we selling down NVIDIA before its earnings that comes in August? Not very smart. First of all, let's look at this sideways pattern that we have. Huge support level. And we have another sideways pattern here. It got a little over speculated and it came back down and now it's in here. It's not selling off hugely. It's well within its sideways trend, and yet the news all over everywhere, making me want to pull my hair out, saying that it is crashing. It's not crashing. I'm very angry about this. Okay, plus, let's find out about infrastructure. What are we really doing in the United States? What is really going on that is so awful and so terrible? And the news is chewing up, saying, oh, we're spending too much money on infrastructure. Are you insane? We have the largest corporations in the world, hundreds of them, so far ahead of everybody. And China only has 5 big corporations. Who cares about China? Who cares? Apple. U.S. designers and tech firms are shifting their to the local sources. Apple has been moving its whole entire program from Taiwan to the U.S. TSMC is in an Arizona facility now. They've been developing and growing for some time. That's where the infrastructure is going. NVIDIA is also working with TSM. We have Intel that is moving things across. Micron Technologies is growing. Global Foundries, on and on and on. We are building the infrastructure for AI and new technologies. We have the largest amount of new technologies coming to market so rapidly, it is staggering. It takes me forever to keep up with them, chasing it, to keep my students well informed so they know what to go on. And are they worried today? No, they're not worried today. Are they selling NVIDIA down? No, because they know that it's going to have a good earnings report. They're investing in infrastructure because this is a huge, huge new technology that covers everything. And AI is speeding up the new technologies and accelerating everything. And we are building and have been building since 2022 infrastructure into the US, bringing more things in. There is no reason for the news to lie to you other than there are sell-side institutions and hedge funds and HFTs and all these other market participant groups that you don't know very much about, who make a huge amount of money front running you and selling short. And a lot of you are day traders and you're thinking, oh, I can front run this. Oh, yeah, I can do this. You can't, because they can see everything you're doing. They see the cluster orders. They can jump in ahead of you. They can sell short. And then, of course, when the news settles down and everybody goes, oh, well, maybe the market isn't going to crash. And so then they start buying at a bargain price. Now, you also have to understand that there's a brand new strategy from the dark pools. The dark pools are hitting the penny spread on an automated order. An automated order is not an AI managed order. The professionals are not using AI because they don't need to. You want to use AI because you want to streamline your trading, you want to make it more efficient, you want somebody else to be responsible for your choices. You have to be responsible for your choices. You have to make the decisions. AI is stupid. It cannot think. If you ask your AI that you use, are you capable of thought or thinking? It will say no, because it is a vast library of data that it taps into with these data centers that we're building and continuing to build, because this is the huge great bull market of your lifetime. And there are going to be corrections. And there's right now, so many stocks are in sideways trends. It's like marvelous because they're patterning out the excessive speculation that happened over time, because everybody got all excited about AI and everybody thought, oh, this is going to be so wonderful and we can do all this stuff and we're going to have lots of growth and it's going to go up and up. The market moves sideways, and that is a trend. Don't call it non-trending, because it is a trend. And when you call it non-trending, it sounds like the market isn't going anywhere. What the market is doing when there's a long sideways trend like this is building a solid foundation of massive support. Massive support. This is huge, huge. And this one could go sideways again. There may be some things that the CEO says, well, we're going to be building more infrastructure, and everybody goes, oh, that's bad. What is bad about building infrastructure in the United States? And it is cheaper because they are building it with solar power. They are building it with data centers. They are building it with AI technologies. They are building it with robots. We still have 6.8 million job openings and nobody to fill them. We're in the early stages of the greatest bull market in the history of all the stock markets of the world. And the retail news keeps telling you over and over and over again that it's going to crash, that we're going to have this collapse, that something bad is going to happen, because they make money selling short against you. They can get in ahead of you. You cannot win against these huge hedge funds, against these HFTs who can fill the queues a few milliseconds before the market opens with sell orders, and the stock gaps down, and then all of a sudden it whipsaws back up or reverses or whatever. You're chasing the stock. If you are trying to get into a stock and it gaps down, you are chasing it and you will lose. Stop doing this. It's not a good idea. There's nothing in this chart to indicate negativity. There's nothing in the fundamentals of this company that is worrisome whatsoever. And yet we see it selling down because there was news from China doing something. Who cares about China? China has only 5 or 6 major companies. Alibaba was supposed to be this huge growth thing that was going to happen many years ago, and everybody was all upset. Oh, it's going to take over Amazon. It's going to rule the world. Alibaba never made it. And the dark pools never, ever invest in foreign countries. Alibaba has almost no percentage of shares held by the giant buy-side dark pools. Maybe some smaller funds are buying them, but not the giant dark pools that you should be following, that you should be tracking, that you should be trusting. Trust them, because they only buy U.S. corporations. They are so American, if you want to have it that way. It's unbelievable. They do not invest in foreign stocks. Sell-side institutions and hedge funds and everything are just in it for short term. They're trading for the short term. They're trying to make some fast money. The fastest money and the biggest money they can make is if they can push the market down, gap it down, run it down. And then when you are selling, they're buying to cover, and they're making huge amounts of money, huge amounts of money. Buy-side institutions are just sitting back and saying, well, we have this brand new strategy. We can hit this penny spread, and we can cut cut those orders off before the sell-side institutions can make any money. And so this has been going on also. It didn't happen today because it wasn't necessary, because the stocks are holding up very nicely, and there's buybacks by corporations. Corporations are buying back their shares of stock, and they're going to hold their stock up too. So there's all kinds of positives in the market, and yet the news is just negative. So put it on a sticky notepad. I will not trust the news. It is not trustworthy. I will not listen to the news because it is just filling my head with emotional reactions that I have to the market. You have to trade logically, systematically, without emotion from something that you've read that is designed to make you react in a certain way. Stop doing this. I'm Martha Stokes, and that's my topic for the day.